Well, another day and another medium SUV update. This time it's the all-new 5th generation of the Subaru Forester, the brand's #1 selling model. Rebuilt from the ground up, it promises to be a better vehicle than ever before. But will it be enough to take on the top rung of the medium SUV segment? Competing at the top of the segment against the leading Mazda CX-5, Toyota RAV4 and Hyundai Tucson will, however, be a tall order, given they all offer a variety of drivetrains across model variants, i.e. they all offer a choice across a wide spectrum of price. Instead, Subaru has culled all of its offerings down to just 4 variants with one drivetrain offering. There's no diesel, no turbo petrol, and certainly no manual transmission. Instead, they give us the entry-level grade, the L, Premium and this top spec S. The differences between them aren't actually that huge, except that the base grade misses out on all the new technology Subaru calls the driver monitoring system. It uses an infrared camera for facial recognition and detects drowsiness or distraction, and can also automatically change seating position, climate control and settings for the driver just by recognise who is driving. Otherwise, the safety kit is good, including AEB, even reverse AEB, adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist and blind spot monitoring. As appearances suggest, this generational update has received more of a massage inside than out, and its interior is larger and more practical than ever before. While it's a reasonably minor facelift outside, there are some nicer changes inside. The interior has a nicer presentation than before, that's for sure, especially in this upper spec model. The 8-inch infotainment system, nice and glossy and bright, has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto connectivity. The overall design feels pretty airy in here, and there's some pretty practical storage as well, particularly in the back. 2 USB charging points, a 12-volt point, and then further in the boot's grown wider so that you can load longer items in sideways now, which is pretty useful for making the most of the space back there. And as well as that, you can flip the seats down and you can expand that boot space, which is one of the bigger sized boots in this segment. Under the hood in all models is a new version of Subaru's previous 2.5 litre 4-cylinder Boxer engine. It's a little more powerful now, producing 136 kilowatts of power and 239 newton meters of torque. That's just 10 kilowatts and 3 newton meters than before, but it gets along rather nicely. It also drinks less, claiming a combined fuel consumption rating of 7.2 litres per 100 kilometres. And unlike most turbo models, it can take the cheaper 91 rating octane fuel. But something that Subaru really doesn't talk about much is its localisation program. That spent 2 years working on Australian roads to make sure the Forester is well adapted to our own conditions. The suspension's well tuned, so the car has a nice stable ride, actually turns into corners very willingly. The all-wheel drive system helps with that, there's plenty of grip. But it's also compliant, and it soaks up some of the bigger bumps really well as those smaller corrugations. And the CVT transmission is pretty well adjusted, it shifts nicely. There are steering wheel mounted paddle shifters if you want to use those, and the engine, although it only gets a mild tweak in power and torque output, it actually gets along pretty well. It's not a turbocharged motor, but you don't feel like you never have enough grunt, overtakes willingly, and it gets up and going reasonably quickly. Most important is that for families, the Forester continues to offer a safe and sound option, with some rugged, adventurous styling underpinned by actual off-road ability. This spec'd up S model, priced from $41,490 plus on-road costs, hits and misses against rivals for features. But the drivetrain is good, safety across the range is top-notch, and for families, the Forester continues to offer a safe and sound option.